The same scenarios were replicated in different parts of Port Harcourt on Thursday, following the Apex Court affirmation of Governor Fubara as the duly elected governor of Rivers State in last year's governorship election. Here is the Rivers State Secretariat with civil servants relishing the victory.
The governor is going to do for his people. That is the primary constituency. He's going to do all that was not done before. Previously, permanent secretaries were appointed in Rivers State without a vehicle for 8 years. The secretariat complex, you can look at it, was abandoned for 8 years. There was no water, there was no light in the secretariat complex. Everything we have, all furniture we have in Rivers State Secretariat complex is non-functional. For 8 years, the governor has promised us, as permanent secretary, that in less than no time, all these matters will be resolved.
What we are expecting as Rivers people and civil servants, cuts across every area, cuts across empowerment, cuts across welfare of civil servants, cuts across agriculture, cuts across microfinance, and any other one he knows that he can do for us.
Civil servants, in fact, Rivers people, we've been in bondage for 8 years, and we're thanking this almighty God. We are so happy today. I have never been happy like this in my life. Can you imagine what happened? Since I started working, no government has remembered us to give me 100,000 naira for Christmas bonus. I was able to pay my rent. I said, thank you, thank you.
For these Port Harcourt residents, it's time for the governor to get down to the business of a purposeful governance.
It is not supposed to be a momentary celebration. I expect him to celebrate in a continuous way. That is to improve on security, to improve of welfare packages to workers, market women, students, health facilities, and others. All round is to improve of all this in that will touch even the dog in my house.
If the state is not stabilized, in case of insecurity, investors will not definitely come. I think his major focus have to be insecurity to make sure that investors come back to Rivers State. You watch a lot of people that live in Rivers State in Lagos or Abuja, but if they come back to Rivers State, there will be a lot of development. First, that should be his primary focus, to make sure he challenges insecurity in the state. Very serious. People can live their normal life. People can do the things they want to do.
Though these respondents described the Supreme Court victory as a sweet one for both Governor Fubara and the Rivers people, they threw a challenge at the elders and leaders of the state.
But moving forward, I think we owe it to ourselves and the future to be able to be the watchdog, the voice, the ears, the eyes of this state. Everybody has put what they can into this state. From the creation of the state, there are people who are part and parcel of the creation of Rivers State, that their children and their grandchildren are alive today in this state. And we will not just sit by and watch people just rise up for political interest that is outside of this state, and for political interest, their personal political interest.
And then it should be very courteous. It should know the kind of statement it's going to make so that it won't trigger any political crisis again. Because there is no way the political crisis will be triggered that it will not affect security system. And when it affects security system, economy will be so adversely affected too. So to me, you should just take it as victory for everybody in Rivers State. This is not the period for you to recognize some enemies. I don't think as a governor, I don't think Fubara'S should recognize anybody as enemy. He should see himself as the leader, political leader, the father of everybody in Rivers State.
Also, Governor Fubara and the Rivers people have been challenged not to be complacent, but vigilant in victory.
The Rivers people need to stand up. Our docility has given room for one man to trample on Rivers people with a jackboot for 8 years. There should be internal vigilance now, so that the governor will not derail, so that enemies of democracy will not surround him and begin to tell him what and what not to do and what to do in order to subvert the will of the people and the aspirations of Rivers people. I call for internal vigilance. It is only when the people are vigilant that those in power will know and do the right thing.
With a congratulatory message from the APC governorship candidate Tonye Cole to Governor Fubara, some respondents have asked the governor to be magnanimous in victory. From Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, Andy Omano, Arise News.